What's going on, everybody? Oxydize, your testosterone lord, bringing you another Rogue Company video. This time talking about the Breacher, the explosive Russian maniac himself, Dima. Dima has a lot of good stuff going on, but how do you play him? What do you buy? What do you prioritize? That's what we're talking about today. What perks do you get first? Do you get the melee weapon? Do you get the grenade first? Do you max out your weapon? Which weapon do you buy? We're gonna be answering all of that right now. So here's how the video is gonna go. We're gonna go into Rogue Company. We're gonna load him up, look at his loadout, and be like, okay, here's what each weapon is. Here's the best. Here's each perk, and here's what they do. Then I'm gonna give you an overall, in general, I'm gonna tell you what I think you should be buying regardless of the matchup, and then I'm going to show you a game of demolition or a round of demolition and show you what I buy after each round. Sound good? And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you do enjoy the video, and let's get into it, fellas. Alrighty then, now that we are in Dima's combat loadout here, let's go ahead and talk about all the stuff. Just a quick little brief detail about everything here, and then I'll give you a full-on, like, here's what you should be getting in general, priority-wise. And I'm going to be basing everything off of demolition, and strike out the amount of money you get's a little bit different. So just based on demolition standards, so we have the KA-30, very solid assault rifle, body damage 19, has a really good fire rate to it, mag size 30, but its tier 1 upgrade makes it to mag size 40. I think this is a very important upgrade to get very early on. Tier 2 increases hip fire accuracy, down on the totem pole of importance, and then tier 3 is increased damage range, back up onto the importance part of the totem pole here. This allows you to kind of have a better defensive position and have that real hybrid feel to to Dima, basically. Moving on over to Mamba, the DMR. So body damage is 45. Now, it's not per bullet, okay? It's a 3-round burst DMR. And if you hit all 3 shots into the body, it does 45 damage. If you hit 1 shot, it does 15. So it's not as good as it sounds. I recommend Mamba if you're especially a newer player. Don't pick up Mamba, but if you think you are Shroud or Ninja or Tim the Tatman or whoever else think is good at the game or at shooter games, then maybe pick up the Mamba. Me personally, I have not had great success with it, but let's go ahead and look at the upgrades here. Tier 1 increased magazine size. I think that's an important upgrade for any weapon you get in this game. Tier 2 reduces recoil and increases accuracy. I will say that I think reducing recoil and increasing accuracy is a very nice grab for this kind of weapon. So if you do get this weapon, you might want to get the tier 2 a little bit quicker than you would for the KA-30. Then tier 3 increased damage range. Again, just a very nice upgrade. Really gives you that nice defensive role into the game. Using the Mamba, I think, really hinders you offensively because you're not able to be as aggressive or like that hybrid feel to Dima that he normally has with the KA-30. You don't get that with the Mamba. It's more of a defensive gun. Going on to the Executioner. Executioner, I think, is a very well-rounded semi-automatic pistol. I didn't just read it off the screen. That's me off the dome piece. I think it's one of those weapons that if you hit your shots early on, you're gonna do great with it. It's a very nice weapon to swap out to, but if you can pick up an SMG while you're on the battlefield, that is key. However, you know, it's a pistol. I mean, there's really not much to say about it. It's a single shot, right? Tier 1 upgrade is mag size, and tier 2 is increased hip fire accuracy and reduces recoil. I mean, solid upgrades all the way around. However, you know, the throwing axe. So Dima gets a tomahawk. It's a single-handed throwing axe tomahawk weapon. Body damage 40, throw damage 100, swing rate 2.17. Throw damage 100, that means if you hit somebody with it, they're gonna go into the down state immediately unless they have hardened or the body armor. Tier 1 increased throw speed and 2 increase throw damage. So once you get to tier 2, it will go through body armor. I will get into my thoughts on melee weapons in general. I think they are not that good because let me explain myself. There are situations where throwing axes and weapons can be really good, right? So if you're early on in the game, you only have a pistol and you decide to buy the throwing axe, you can down somebody in 1 shot. But let me ask you this, what happens if you miss? Now you don't have the weapon. So me personally, and then once I get my KA-30, I never use my throwing axe. So I think melee weapons are kind of just, I mean, if you like using them, use them, but me personally, garbage. Well, situational garbage. EMP Grenade. Damage equipment and prevent targets from using their abilities, gadgets, and radar for a duration. With the base upgrades of EMP duration and increased grenade count by 1. I don't think this does anything to move the needle of the game. I've used this, I tried using it multiple times, but it's not like they get rid of their HUD. It just gets rid of their ability to use gadgets and stuff. And don't get me wrong, that's useful. However, they can still shoot their gun, so they can still see you and still get you. So I think the EMP grenades are just kind of, at least with Dima, it's quite useless. Me personally, grenade, very simple, classic grenade. It's very, very good because it does the same thing that the Merv launcher does. They're either going to take a good amount of damage, it might even get a kill. Does it tell me the damage of the gadget? I guess not. It's gonna be in a situation where it's gonna open up the situation for Dima or his teammates to get in there and start getting some kills. So base is just a grenade, can be cooked, increase explosion radius, increase damage to 125. So a full-on head-to-toe blast of a grenade is going to down someone with the extra armor here. Perks. Shredder rounds deal more damage to equipment and carry more ammunition. Garbage. Gain the ability to reload while sprinting. Not garbage, but to me, not useful on Dima. Increase weapon swap and reload speed. I would say an average perk that's good on any character. Reduce your health regeneration delay, S tier. It's my first perk I pick up pretty much every single game. Downing enemy reloads your currently equipped weapon and resource ammunition, S or A tier. And then life drain. Downing enemy heals for a different amount over a short duration. S or A tier as well. They are 10k a piece, but they are really, really good. Now, so let me give you what I would say in a normal demolition game. Perfect money, and you have no matchups you would rather kind of like want to work against. Just so you know what, I'm playing Dima. Here's the loadout I'm going to be getting. So starting off, I would make sure, so you're gonna have your pistol starting off. I would buy the grenade. If you think your hot shots, huge cojones, can do it yourself, pick up the throwing axe and do what you can. To me, safe bet, grab the grenade, because it's either gonna do a lot of damage, get a kill, or it's gonna make your opponent move out of cover, which opens up a shot for you or your teammates. I think grenade has a little bit more playability to it. All right, next thing you want to go ahead and grab a weapon. KA-30, get this one. Don't get the Mamba. If you want to get the Mamba, you're like, hey, you know what? I like 3-round burst guns. I'm going to get the Mamba. By all means, I'm not going to stop you. But if you want to meet the best overall weapon in here, get the KA-30. It does good short range, medium range, and long range. Technically, the Mamba is better long range, but the KA-30, once you get to tier 3, the long range, it's lights out, baby. It is lights out, okay? So I would get the KA-30 base. Right, if you have the extra money, go ahead and pick up either the tier 1 or the bounce back. So your next priority to me is either to upgrade this to mag size 40. I would say get this first, or bounce back. Okay, depending on how much money you have, you can probably get both. I think getting the extra magazine size will help you win fights, as well as getting bounce back as like either. To me, these are interchangeable when it comes to priority, because they both help you win fights. This changes your regeneration delay from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, and this gives you 10 extra magazine size. Okay, so boom, there you go, the bounce back perk. Once you do that, I would, depending how much money, if you have 10k, I would get replenished next. Okay, then I would focus on getting your tier 3 upgrades, tier 2, tier 3. Easy. And then after you get this, okay, your next one you would want to get, if you can afford it, go ahead and pick up Life Drain. If you can't afford it yet, pick up Nimble Hands and then pick up Life Drain. Everything else, if you have the money, go ahead and buy it. It's at that point, it's kind of like not gonna matter a ton. To me, your 4 big ones are gonna be here, 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 fully maxed out here. If you have the money, max out your grenade, why not? If you have the money, max out your executioner. But to me, those are just things, if you have the extra money at the end of a game, you can do it then. All right, so let's get into an actual game of demolition here. All right, so getting into an actual demolition zone here. For starting off, we have 5K, right? So I was like, you know what? You can either go melee weapon if you have the huge cojones. I do not as of right now, so I'm going grenade because it has more utility and it can open up for more plays, in my opinion. Looking at round 2 here, I'm going to get the first upgrade to my AK-30 or my KA-30, whatever the hell it's called, and then bounce back. So now I have extra ammunition for fights, and I have extra regen. If the fights aren't going my way, I can get out and get right back in and pressure the enemy. Super good. Going into the next round here, we have, I believe I go for replenish here because I was like, you know what, I have the 10K, might as well get the 10K replenished. I think here you can either go replenish or upgrade your weapon completely. I think it's interchangeable. Going into the next thing, I was like, now we get the full upgraded weapon. We have a lot of good stuff, a lot of good perks. I have 4K. I can either save my money or spend it on something stupid here. And what did I do? I spent it on a melee weapon because I was getting huge nuts at this point. And then finally, this last half of the demolition, I decided to pick up Nimble Hands because I was like, you know what, more reload speed would be good. I could have saved up money for the life leech perk, the 10K vampire fangs perk there, but it just didn't feel right at the moment. I feel like I didn't need it, so I didn't pick up. I wanted the reload speed instead. And that's gonna do it, brother. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. I hope some of the newer players who want to get into Dima can get in there, kick some major ass, and get on out, right? That's the whole point. Ranked is coming up very, very soon, so you want to make sure you know how you have all the right plays. I do plan on doing more of these videos over the other rogues as well, so make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't yet, and stay strong, brother.